Welcome back to Team Out of the Tank. This is Doug here, and once again, we're climbing ranked with Esper Blink. I have been enjoying this one a lot. It just have a lot of combinations, a lot of different ways you can play it. You can obviously go control with Agent and Elspeth. You can go aggro with Elite Guard Mage. Charming Prince and Thassa. It's just a lot of things you can do, and I really love Yori on 80 card decks. It lets you play more than just the basic, Teferi counters Elspeth type of thing. But hope you enjoy the video. Um, we'll see you guys in a couple of seconds. Enjoy the games. Alright, so we're going first. We got Hollowed Fountain, Temple of Silence, Island, Water Grave. We had all three colors. Oath of Kaya, Fibble Tip, and Omen of the Sea. We're going to keep it, play the Temple, and then play the Island so we can go Fable Tipped. Yeah, we're going to keep that on top. Our opponent is playing a Garuda deck. Interesting. Goes Breeding Pool. Let's go Omen. Start attacking for one. Yeah, more Omen of the Seas. So I think he might have, in the best of ones, he might have the game. Because we don't have our sideboard cards, which is the obvious duh. But let's see here. Let's scry. And then we can scry again. Bottom. Yeah, send that to the bottom. Send that to the bottom. We have 5 lands. We're good for right now. Let's ping for 1. Our opponent takes it. Passes turn. Oh, we pass turn. He plays his force, so he's technically on 4 mana. Goes Migration Path. So this is just the circuitous route, just updated. 3, 4, 5. Alright. So technically he's gonna hit his 6. So let's Oath of Kaya this Paradise Druid. Enter Stabbed. Swing with all 3. Our opponent draws, plays the land, goes Garuda. I presume from hand, he does. We milled lands and counters, and he milled the Umoria Nightmare Shepherd, and he's gonna take the Nightmare Shepherd. So, if we go Plains and attack with these two, he jump blocks with Nightmare Shepherd, or he doesn't. But what we can do here is go Plains, Yorion, hit these. We get them back. Oath of Kai's gonna hit our opponent. We're gonna scry 2. Yeah, let's send these to the bottom. So we draw Charming Prince off of the Fibble Tip. We're not in a bad spot. Because if he attacks, we can just chump block with Fibble Tip or Charming Prince, because we have another in hand. Our opponent goes Yomori, calls creatures, they all get a +1/+1. Oh, they don't get a +1/+1. That's cool. He's gonna get a Thassa with his Garuda. That's an obvious, why wouldn't you? Yeah, we're gonna block there. We're gonna take the 6. We're at 26 health, we're fine. He can bounce the Garuda, but as far as I see, he cannot gain life. He could bring in the Pelucranos. Alright, what did we mill? Oh, no. Yeah, so I think since he didn't come in with his effect, he doesn't get the bring in the back effect because of Thassa's effect. If you understand what I'm saying here. We're gonna go Plains. We're gonna go to Fairy here. We're gonna bounce back his Thassa because that's indestructible. Next, we're gonna attack with this flying in the air, bring him down to 9. Charming Prince, exile this. Comes back. Yeah, we're gonna submit those three for the fact that we don't want to get rid of all of our creatures because he could go end raise boar runners and just end us. So we want to have some blockers. Our opponent goes Nightmare Shepherd, that's fine. Once again, Teferi's gonna come back, it can bounce that. So we can get an even 4 into his face. That's 17 damage. Oh, he's not gonna block with that because we can kill it. Oh, he is. Reason being Nightmare Shepherd, but we don't care. We're gonna block this here. We're gonna take 10. And we're gonna gain 3 in life off of the Charming Prince. Charming Prince. Not Charmin Ultra. Alright, so we're gonna deal 3 damage to him, gain 3 life. Yeah, for right now we're gonna do that. Our opponent sends a Thassa. We're at 49 while he's at 28. He's gonna take a Thassa and then he's gonna sack, bring it back. Oh, he can't, yeah. Yeah, we're gonna attack with the 4 in the air. So here we're gonna go Guard Mage for the block. Island. End turn. Charming Prince gains us 3 life. Do we want to do that? So if we get rid of our Yorion, right? If he goes end raise boar runners, that's 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. He could have an extra land in end raise. Right? He could. He could. If he plays Nightmare Shepherd, he won't have it. But that's yeah, you know what? You gotta take that risk. We're gonna take the risk. Alright, so our opponent doesn't have it, and that's fine with us. Because once Yorion comes back in, Oath of Kaya is gonna kill him. Our opponent just hardcast the Garuda. He's gonna keep the old one so he can attack with it. So he's gonna get his effect twice. Technically, yeah. And there's the End-Raise War Runners. Good game. Yeah. He didn't have it, but he ended up milling it, so he still ended up having it. Yeah, that's unfortunate. But as you can see, even with his board state, he's gonna get haste, so it kind of didn't matter that we, exiled our Yorion. And he literally milled all of our board wipes. We're gonna let him attack. No blocks. Yeah, it don't matter. Let's see how much damage that is. Just negative 60 exactly, dude. And we were at what, 16? Jeez. 76 damage. Alright, so we're up against Spazlub. We got Temple, Silence, Island, Fabled Passage, 2 Charming Prince, Fabled Tip, and an Omen in the Sea. A lot of 2-drops. We're going to keep. We're going to go Temple, Island, and then Charming Prince. Our opponent goes Plains, Ginger Brute. Mono White Haste, like the life gain. Yeah, sure. The reason we kept it is because our turn 2 play is going to be Charming Prince. Our turn 3 play is going to be that with another Charming Prince or Fabled Tipped. So in a way, we have a turn 3 play with 2 mana, with the third one being tapped, so we're fine. Our opponent goes 10th District Legionnaire, so this is a Bortles pump deck. Alright, we're gonna scry here. We're gonna keep that on top. For the next Charming Prince, we're just gonna gain 3 life and then shatter this guy. I don't think they run any indestructible cards. I know the God's Willing prevents damage. I mean, protects it from any color, which can prevent damage. Board wipes don't deal damage like Shatter the Sky, Time Wipe, so it'll go around that. Okay, he is committing, which is perfect. Okay, so he has 2 cards in hand. We're gonna Temple of Enlightenment, we're gonna Scry, we're gonna keep that on top. We're gonna Charming Prince, gain 3 life. No attacks. Hold them for blockers. If need be, we can always block the Gingerbrute or the Alcides. Alcide, whatever his name is, Bounty. Let's call him Mana Dork, or Protection Dork. PD over here. He has 3 cards in hand. If he decides to pump and he doesn't have a feather, then we are perfect. Oh, what is that? That's perfect. Alright, so we have 2 forms of islands, and we're gonna 2 forms of plains. So let's just get an extra island, basic island on board. We're gonna attack, put some damage in there, and then shatter this guy. Yeah, he doesn't want to trade, so then we can just board wipe. He does draw a card, but he takes an extra 3 damage. Jeez, that is loud. And whatever comes in doesn't have protection, we can Oath of Kaya. Or we can Oath of Kaya their face if they have mana up because of God's Willing. Oath of Kaya phase, and then Yorion Oath of Kaya face again. But we don't have enough mana for Fable Tip and Oath. If we do get, even if it's a Shock land, we can go Shock, Fable Tip, and then Oath. Return any number of cards from your graveyard to the battlefield. The beginning of your next end step. Interesting. That's 7 damage, no lifelink. That gets exiled. He takes 3 damage, I believe. No, he doesn't. We did not get any land, so we're just gonna Oath of Kaya. Get this off the board. Beautiful thing is that this is now gone forever. So here we're just gonna Fable Tip, draw a card. No land. We're gonna next and turn. We do have a blocker and Omen of the Sea. The reason we didn't go Fable Tip is because we get more out of Omen of the Sea. Sorry, my eye was just bugging me. Something's probably in there. We're gonna keep that on top, send that to the bottom. The reason being is because of Yorion. Alright, Castle Lock Twain. Comes in tapped, obviously. And then Teferi, because you gotta just admit Teferi is saving Magic the Gathering right now. You can fight me, you can come at me. He's saving Magic the Gathering. If it wasn't for him, you'd be playing cards and just be countered. Alright, so let's -3 the Omen. Nah. Summon 0, just draw the card. Next, attack for 1. Yeah, you take that damage. We're gonna go Yorion, bounce everything. Our opponent Fable Passages, and that's fine. Remember, we wanted to put in damage main phase 2, so it's just gonna go straight to end phase. Gives him less time to react, or in his mind, less time to react. Alright, so he has no responses. We go to end phase, so now he can't cast anything. Alright, so Fable Tip, Omen of the Sea, we're gonna get that Elspeth, keep that island on top, draw it. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, perfect. Not perfect. We're gonna discard a Fable Tip. We already have one on board. And we can bring it back with Elspeth. Not that we would, just it's a possibility. Organize our lands here. Our opponent goes Alcides or PD. He goes Sentinel Eyes. That's fine. Alright, so here we're gonna, let's see here. Obviously play the Castle Vantress. Next, attack for 4 in the air. Let's bounce it. We don't want him attacking and killing our Fable Tipped. I kind of want to protect him as much as possible. Sure, he protects himself. I don't draw the card, which is fine. I don't want to. We're going to end the turn. We have a counter up and Omen of the Sea, which will give us exactly 1 extra mana to work with, and our opponent scoops. Okay, we got Watery Grave, a Plains, 3 colors, Swamp, Oath of Kaya, Teferi, Elite Guildmage, Agent of Treachery. And we're playing against Fekb. FECB. Alright, so if our opponent had a companion, depending if it was Luris, we wouldn't keep this for the fact that there's no turn 2 play. The earliest we can cast is turn 3. And if they have a, Witch's Oven, Oath of Kaya is useless. Teferi is kind of useless. And this, I mean, yeah. But once again, we don't see a companion. We're in the random of the ocean here, at the middle of the ocean. So we're just going to keep it, hope for the best. Because what's the fear in the unknown, right? Our opponent goes Blood Crypt. Oh boy. And we drew a Thassa, which not good right now because we, like I said, Elite Guard Mage into Thassa. So we're playing Grixis. Our opponent has Blood Crypt and Temple of Deceit. Okay, so we're gonna go Swamp here, make them think we're playing Dimir, pass the turn. Our opponent goes Island, goes Saheeli. So Grixis cast. Alright, here we're gonna Oath of Kaya Saheeli. We can then go to very next turn, Oath of Kaya back to hand, draw a card, hopefully land to play it, and then Oath of Kaya again next turn. Our opponent goes Steam Vents tap, passes turn. If he counters, that sucks, but it happens. So I have 3, 4, 5, 6. We're gonna have to discard a card unless if we draw a land, which hopefully we do. No land. Oh my goodness. Alright, dump the Thassa. My goodness, this is amazing. That's just wow. Alright, so our opponent goes Saheeli, gets a 1-1. That's fine, he can attack. He's gonna keep the 1 with the 5. That's all fine with us. Oh, perfect, a Plains. So here we're gonna go Elite Guard Mage for the block. We drew a land, perfect. We're gonna +1. Fix our land here. So even if we had the man, our opponent just fires a Prophecy. That's cool. Our Teferi could still live. They don't have haste, so only one's gonna hit them. Thought Erasure. Ugh, that's a nice. Yeah, he's thinking about it because we can go Elspeth Conquers Death and get rid of your Saheeli for forever. And we have more than enough. Well, 2 blue sources for Agent, but not enough mana. 4, 5. We can still be missing 1. So here he's gonna swing at the Teferi. That's fine. Plays an island and passes turn. So I think we're just gonna shatter here to protect the Teferi, so we can go Yorion again. Because as a Grixis deck, you don't want them to get any kind of advantage. So we're gonna shatter the sky. Temple of Silence because it's a tap land. Yes, we're gonna keep the Atris on top. It gets us card advantage, and it has menace, which is a really good thing. Our opponent, 4 cards in hand, plays a Temple of Deceit. 3 cards in hand. The less, the better. He has 6 lands available. We have to watch out for that. Alright, so here we're gonna go, let's Castle Vantress. Do I want to Atris? No. If we play a creature, he might have Angrath's Rampage or something. You know, like we don't want him to get a creature removal and use it. So let's just hold on to the Atris for now. Oh, our opponent just nickel boluses. That's fine with us. 3, 4, 5, 6. One more land, and that's our nickel bolus. Bye, Elspeth. If we don't draw a land, we're just gonna Elspeth Conquers Death that. Yeah, just get it out of the way. It's a land, not the land we wanted. So, Temple of Silence. Let's see our top card, Elspeth Conquers Death. So if he pluses 1 again. No, we don't want to give him. Yeah, let's just get rid of it. Or we can go Yorion, return Oath and Teferi. Then deal 3 damage to the Nicobolus so it can't -3, but he will +1. You know what? Let's do that. If he does kill it and not exile, we can always Elspeth Conquers Death it. So once again, we're going to risk it. There's no need to return the Teferi, but I just want to return him just cuz. Boom. Deal that 3 damage. He can't minus Teferi, he can minus for Saheeli, but he will die. So all he can do is +1. Draw your card, that's fine. We can get rid of the Atris. For the current moment, these are more powerful, and they do a lot more. Once again, interesting. So he's gonna Thought Erasure? Exile these 2? Yeah, if he gets rid of the agent, that's gonna suck. But we can Elspeth exile that and then bring it back later. So that's like a benefit. He cannot Saheeli for the fact that he needs to exile 3 other cards and he doesn't have that. So he's gonna either Fire Prophecy or Thought Erasure. Pays for the Watery Grave. That's all fine. Whatever, he could only cast 1. Once again, the escape makes him exile the 2 others. So he's gonna Fire Prophecy, then Fire Prophecy again. So then at this point we can Agent, take his Bolus and start plussing. Oh, he's just gonna Shock and then Thought Erasure? I'm confused here. Okay, that's fine. And he sent a Shock, so he can't cast anything else. Hitting Teferi is fine. You're gonna take 2 damage.
Stop that now.
Alright, so here we're gonna Elspeth Conquers Death. Let's get rid of your Nicol Bolas. There's no point in saving Teferi, so let's just bounce the Oath of Kaya. Draw a card. Hey, look at that. And then let's hit the Saheeli. For the fact that if they would have just swung at Teferi, that's 5, he would not have survived, and we would have been in not a worse state, but a state without Oath of Kaya hitting the Saheeli, him playing a creature, copying one of them, and dealing more damage to us. That's fine. And we drew a Time Wipe. Hopefully no counter. No counter. Alright, I think we're in a good position here. Our opponent goes Fable of Passage. That's fine. He ends up getting a Swamp. Alright, so here we're going to Elspeth. We're going to grab this. If I grab the Agent... Yeah, I can just start taking his lands. That's what I think I'm going to do. And then we can go Elspeth again. Let's take your Temple of Epiphany. Ooh, keep that on top. It's extra draw power. End the turn. I don't want to just Elspeth right away, because like I said, he could have a bigger threat. Using the scry, send it to the bottom. Oh, he's gonna keep it on top. Oh, he sent it to the bottom. Alright, so here we're gonna Castle Vantress. Send that to the bottom. Yeah, we're gonna draw. Play Castle Lock Twain next, attack for 3. End the turn. Once again, no Elspeth. We're waiting for a Bolus. Our opponent fires Prophecy. That's fine. He lives by 1. Do you have a shock? Maybe he's digging. Goes Thassa's Intervention. Look at the top 6. Draw technically 2 cards, but he's tapped out. If we get a Thassa, we win the game. If we get anything else that can bounce this back like a Charming Prince or something, then we win the game. Alright, so we're gonna scry here. We don't care about tapping much. Send that to the bottom, send that to the bottom. We're gonna draw 1. Lose 2 life, go down to 30. Mystical Dispute. Horrible card. We're gonna play this. We're gonna draw for Castle Lock Twain. Hopefully Charming Prince. Nope. Aether Gust. But that can't stop Bolus, so that's a good card. End turn. Pass the turn. Our opponent has 3 cards in hand. Looking at his graveyard, he could probably reanimate. But all he has is just Saheeli. He Storm's Wrath. You know what? We're gonna Aether Gust that. Send it back to the top, dude. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. He has 6 mana, so he could counter if he wanted to. He might have a Thassa's Intervention in hand. Drown in the Lock. Might as well make you pay. So he's going to get rid of our agent, which is fine. He's going to pay. He's tapped out. He only has 1 mana available, which once again is fine with us. And there's the Thassa. Nice. Alright, so we're going to cast the Thassa. We're then going to next end turn. Yeah, we have nothing. Like I said, if we would have had agent, just boom, your lands are now my lands. That's actually fine. If he minuses 3, that's fine with us. That's even better. Alright, so here we're gonna... Do we have enough mana? 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3. So it's island, island, colorless, colorless. We have 1, 2... No, we're gonna have to scry though. I prefer the scrying over losing life at this point. Blocking or anything else will still trigger his effect. There's a Charming Prince. Let's Elspeth Conquers Death this Ashiok. And here's the beautiful part about Thassa. We're gonna play the Charming Prince. We're gonna scry. Alright? Alright. Look at this, look at this. We're gonna keep that on top, send that to the bottom. We're really good on lands. We're gonna end the turn. Next, end turn. We're gonna just gain the 3 life. We want Elspeth on top. Alright, we're gonna stop at next combat, right? Know that you can do this. So our opponent goes Underworld Breach. That's fine. He can go, what is it? Oh yeah, we exiled his Ashiok, so there's nothing important in there that can bother us except for Storm's Wrath, which if he does, he kills his own creature. but his creature would never attack, so it would never exile the top 2 cards. Remember, it doesn't have haste, so whether it copies it or not, just because it's copied a creature that's been on the field, it still has summoning sickness. So him casting another card is fine with us. He's gonna shock our Charming Prince, or probably drown the lock or something. I don't know. He's gonna just kill our Charming Prince so he can get that free 2 damage and get a 1/1. There's no point in Thought Erasure for the fact that I have no hand. He could Surveil for it, or he just tosses it. Toss up for 2, so it's technically what do you call it? Pay for mana, draw 2 cards. Yeah, but he has 1 mana available. Alright, so remember, since it stopped before attackers, we can pay the mana, tap this, resolve. It doesn't do anything. This would go to the grave, and he exiled his other one, so he would have to pay 1 more Underworld Breach for him to get the effect. Alright, so here we're gonna go Elspeth Conquers Death. Get rid of that Saheeli. Next, attack for 2. Next. He's gonna take the damage. We're gonna Thassa at the end of the turn. We're at 30 health, so we're in a pretty good spot, so we can scry. No need for lands. Once again, stop before combat. If he goes Ashiok and bounces a Thassa, then we can activate her effect. But like I said, we can just pay the mana. Sure, that's fine. And Colossification, whatever that enchantment is, it's green based, so it won't affect us. Our opponent goes Chandra. He's just gonna +2 deal 1 damage. Sure. That's our not Thassa, Chandra. That's our Chandra now. I hate this game for the creatures and broken combos it does have. That's why I play them. +1/+1, obviously. Let me take that. +2 to my opponent. We're gonna Teferi here. We're gonna get rid of that. And we got a Guard Mage. That's perfect. Next, attack for 2. Our opponent scoops, because once again, Agent's just gonna take everything. And we got a Chandra that doesn't go back to him. So that's pretty much how you want to play, especially with Thassa's effect. You always want to make sure you read your cards. You know your opponent, for example, Ashiok could have been milling cards. He could have just kept spamming tokens, which would have sucked for us, yeah, because he would have exiled our graveyard. I mean, played exiled cards, which, once again, Elspeth Conquers Death is such a tremendous card right now that you can have 4 of in your deck and 4 off on the battlefield and keep triggering. And that's the one thing I do hate, even though I am using it, because one, it's overpowered, 2, it's overpowered, 3, it's overpowered, 4, it's +1 hits anything with converted mana cost 3 or higher. So yes, key cards like Thassa, Agent, it's gone, but what do you call it? You can hit those cards. I forgot where I was going with that. No wait, okay. So your key cards are gone, right? But the thing about it is that you can keep reoccurring the effect. And if you take your opponent, it triggers again. I mean, not triggers again. If you make a copy with like Mythos of Illuna, it triggers again. So if I make a copy of my opponent's, I can exile his Elspeth and get the effect of it. But that's why you should always, try to keep your Elspeth reoccurring. So for example, there if we had the chance, we would have gone Urion, bounce everything back, and just keep Elspeth anything that he plays the higher. And if my opponent decides to wait it out, one, he's gonna have to wait until 4 turns, because turn 1 I'm gonna exile. Turn 2 it costs 2 extra mana, which I can always bounce back. Turn 3 is gonna bring back a creature, which with Teferi I can always bounce it back. With Urian I can always bounce it back. So he's gonna be waiting for like 3 to 4 or 5 turns, and that's why Elspeth Conquers Death is such a broken card in this format. Everything that is converted mana costs 3 or higher, which I don't know about you, but Lurrus 2-drop decks don't even stand a chance for the fact that with this deck you gain a lot of life, you get a lot of draw cards, and in an 80 card deck you're not worrying about like milling out. So once again, just keep track of your recurring effects. Don't play your deck, play your opponent. And yeah, that's about it. But thank you very much for watching, guys. If you enjoyed the video, click the like button below. Don't forget to subscribe and click the bell for more notifications when we post. Thank you very much for watching. You guys have a nice day.